Question number 17 of the IT passport exam from PhilNITS. In this question, we are being asked, which of the following is an appropriate explanation of multitasking? The keyword here is multitasking. To answer this question, we also need to look into each and every choice that we have, and from there choose which one would be the correct answer. So for the first letter A, it's saying that the word multitasking can be explained with this sentence where we got several computers connected via network and they work together to achieve a high performance system. It seems okay, so we'll put a mark here, but we still have to look into the other choices. So let's move on to the next one, which is letter B. It's saying that several processor cores composed of arithmetic circuits and other control circuits are implemented in a single CPU. This one, I think, has parts that are kind of okay, but I think this isn't really the correct answer. I think we need to move on to the next letter, and then from there we can choose if, for example, the one that I said, letter A, seemingly an okay answer. If we find another choice that has maybe a much better explanation for what multitasking would be, then we choose that one. Okay, so letter B seems to be not a better choice than letter A because you got several processor cores and they're all implemented in a single CPU. I think we use these things, the processor, the CPU, but I think it doesn't necessarily mean multitasking. It's like you know what the words are and you're just throwing them out in sort of like ideas that you may have, but how do you put them together? I think that's the important part there, so that you'll have what we call multitasking. Okay, so if you go to letter C, it's saying that the CPU processing time is allocated to several processes in turn so that the processes can be executed simultaneously. I think this is also okay because we have here the word simultaneously, and we know that if you're multitasking, you're doing several tasks at the same time, at least from our impression. But we know that a computer having, let me see, only one CPU would need to quickly do a portion of the task and then move on to the next task, and then slowly but gradually it can finish all the tasks. And in that way, because it's moving so fast, it seems like it's doing things at the same time. And I think that's how the computer would do it using a single processor. As for humans, what we can see is that when you're doing something like writing here, you can also listen to maybe an audio recording, and in that way it seems like you're doing both at the same time. So really the key word here is simultaneous, and I think that fits with the idea of multitasking. Okay, so if you look at the letter before it, letter B, it also has a CPU and it also has several processors, but it doesn't say anything about multitasking because it's not doing these things simultaneously based on the sentence, based on the statement. Okay, so let's move on to the last letter, letter D. It's saying that the same processing is performed for multiple data items by executing a single instruction. I think in this case we are doing multiple processing. Let me see if we can. Yeah, I'm thinking that it's gonna be multiple processes for multiple for each of the data items. It's not like you have one. It says here single instruction, so we can put it that in one process, and then it's doing multiple or executing that single instruction in one process to do several items. That, if you think about it, can be multitasking, but it's not as clear as letter C. It's like you can do the statement letter D without doing multitasking at all. It seems like letter C is a lot more clearer in what multitasking would be, even though letter D has parts there that, if you think about it, can be used for something like multitasking. But again, for letter D, it can be used for a single task too. And what we want is multitasking. Now, at the start, I was saying that letter A seemed to be also okay because you got several computers that work together to achieve a high performance system. And if you think about it, you can put several tasks or for example, you have several tasks, and each of those tasks you put to any of these computers. So each of them would be doing the task, and in that way, that's kind of multitasking too. But I think in the end, um, this one with the keyword simultaneous is really the best answer, because it's a lot more clearer, and it's something you don't need to kind of like think too deeply about and explain why this is the correct answer and not the other one, right? So I think that's something that we can also um, make use of. If you, for example, see this statement and you have to sort of add a few more wordings here, a few more phrases here and there to make it a lot clearer, then it looks like it's not the best answer, right? Let's see what my notes are saying. So again, multitasking, and then several processes executed simultaneously. So again, this word, simultaneously. So I was choosing also between letter C or the other one, which is letter A. Sorry, it was either C or A, but at the end, the correct answer would be letter C. Okay.